How about this, the third word here? Something y'all haven't learned yet. Ergon. Anybody have any idea what that might mean? Ergonomics means work or deed, action. So when we talk about works in the New Testament, a lot of times the word that's used is ergon.
It's a noun?
Yes. Anytime you see, this means it's feminine, toe means it's neuter, and then when we get to the next one,
Angelos.
angelos. Who wants to tell me what that means?
Messenger.
Yeah, messenger or angel. And the whole here, you'll start the rough breathing, whole, that's masculine. And as you notice, last week or 2 weeks ago when we talked about second declension nouns, they all ended in omicron. So here you got ergo, anglo. Something that Jeff has talked about, but I don't think he actually gave you the term for it, but something in Greek called a gamma nasal. It's when two gammas are together. Here we have alpha, gamma, gamma. The pronunciation will be an N for the first gamma. So it's anga. If you're looking at it in English, and you know, this transliterates into English as angel.
Is that similar to the French nasal sound, you know? I don't know, you probably speak French.
It's usually two gammas, but it can also be a gamma followed by a hard consonant like gamma kappa or gamma chi and gamma c. If those two are in any combination, then it'll have an N sound. So it's usually just these two letters, two gammas together. It's called a gamma nasal.
So I asked this question the other night to Jeff. I don't think he wanted to go there, and I don't think he really understood what I was asking. So let me try again.
All right.
See if you know the answer. Apostolos and angelos. We would consider those to be synonyms for one sent or a messenger, right? In Greek, are they synonyms? Whether they become synonyms just after we translate them into English? Would a Greek person intermix the use of those words is my question.
I don't know if it's possible. They both have, you can translate both into English into the same word. I don't know if in the Greek mind it's necessarily the same or not.
I mean, there's a differentiation in the translation of the New Testament, because there will be times that angel is used or messenger is used. And there will be a time that apostle is used, but it basically means roughly the same thing, I think.
If you don't think of angels like a divine being, then this is usually messenger, I think, and this is more envoy or something maybe more official.
Ambassador.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe. That's
2 Corinthians 5, when Paul says that we are ambassadors, we beseech you to be reconciled to God, is it? It's not apostle, but is it?
2 Corinthians what? 5 what?
I have to look. We'll go ahead and teach your class.
Well, we can talk about it after class. I'll be glad to.
Okay.
Well, here, toward the end of the class, like Jeff does, that'd be good to talk about. You got something planned, all right? Because that's the kind of thing we're trying to learn to do.
We'll see how much time we got. Got 20 minutes right now. Next word, all y'all should know this one. Logos.
2 Corinthians 5:20.
Okay. Logos. Ho logos. What does that mean?
Word.
Word. It can either be word or even word as far as Jesus, a proper noun. Ho theos. Theos is the way I guess we should be saying it. God. And again, that could be God proper name of God, just a Greek God or whatever, to lowercase g. One of the things that's kind of interesting to me, I'm going to tell y'all, anytime I come up with something in my mind that I think might interest you, I'm going to try to tell you. And if you tell me I'm telling you too much, way beyond. But we have no original manuscripts from the Greek New Testament. The earliest ones are usually, 200s and 300s.
Fragments.
Yeah, mostly.
Manuscripts is 5th or 6th century.
I think Sinaiticus was about 350, 400 maybe. There's a couple that were found in the 1800s, but and very few of them are complete as far as all the books. But Jeff taught us we only really need to learn the lowercase alphabet. In the original manuscripts, at least the ones that we find, one of the easiest ways to date them is that they are uppercase from the early manuscripts up until 700, 800 AD, or maybe a little earlier than that. Then after about 600, you start seeing more lowercase or cursive is what you would call this. This is more uppercase is more block, and when you see them.
They had computers, because that's the way my writing looks on the computer.
Well, not only that, there's no spaces between words, there's no punctuation, it's just all there, it's just all together in block. And when I first saw that and learned that, I thought, man, how could we know anything about the Bible if it's all jumbled up like that? But the more you learn, I mean, you can look at that and read that in English. I mean, if you're used to Greek, they have endings that are very specific and things, and so it's probably harder to read English like this than it is to read Greek if you actually know Greek. Even if you had something like even though there's not a apostrophe after the N and the T for the contraction, we know that's I can't read, or at least most of us would be able to figure that out.
I thought that said I can't tread.
That's what the people who have the mistranslations would think. So anyway, that's just something that interests me, and I thought I'd throw that out there. So like I said, this is what Jeff had us learn instead of the uppercase. But if you ever look at the old manuscripts, you'll see all uppercase. Another thing that threw me off is that sigma is very close to the epsilon. Epsilon uppercase is like our E, and sigma is more like this. And you may have seen this in math or something like that. But I believe they call it the
Summation.
trying to think, what's the Constantinople? What's that? Constantine typewriting. They make it a C, like a capital C, and so I saw that in some inscriptions and stuff, and it's like, well, what is that? And then finally figured out that it was the sigma. So anyway, just a few little tidbits there. So let's go on to the last one here. Lego. That's another verb, just like this one, ending in the omega. Everybody remember what that means? Translates into? I say. Yeah, I say. Or I speak. So that's just some vocabulary to go over.